Well, I love it. Been in agriculture all my life, one way or another. Love small towns. Wamego is about 5,000 people, kind of the right size, it seems like. A lot of great people, a great chamber, great business community. It's just a great way of living. Everybody loves it. Great people. Most of them are pretty friendly, and it's just a good way to grow up. And we want to preserve what we have here.
A legacy lives on forever, and the legacies of America's rural communities deserve to be memorialized and shared with great joy. Together, these stories reveal a beautiful tradition of hard work, perseverance, and love. Big Iron Auctions is proud to share your legacy. Throughout the Share Your Legacy series, we've discovered some amazing equipment. We recently visited one of the largest collections to date. We caught up with Jim Meinhardt of Wamego, Kansas.
Well, we started in 1967, farm equipment business. We represented Allis-Chalmers and New Holland Equipment. Started with a 50 by 100 building in Wamego and 3 employees, and it is now called Can-Equip, 14 dealerships across Kansas and Nebraska. Well, to start with, I want to preserve the history, and this is one way of doing it. My dad kind of started collecting when I was still at home, and we knew a little bit about that. Kind of dragging equipment out of the fence rows, you call it, and just kind of stayed with me. And when we came over here, probably didn't trade for much the first few years because we didn't have any money. Well, probably one of the first things we traded for was a 1909 International truck. It's sitting behind us in the corner. A guy came to me, I had one salesman, no money at that time, and he wanted to trade this truck on a combine, and I told my salesman, no way, because kind of need to sell the combine or need the cash. He came back 30 days later with a picture of the truck, and I folded, so we traded for it. That kind of got things started, and we got more into the farm machinery. Okay, it's a Ford 8N with a Funk, F-U-N-K, conversion to put a V8 engine in it. Everything has been rebuilt and reconditioned. It's a great tractor. It's one you don't want to turn the grandkids loose with because it does run fast, but it is a very good unit. Well, it's all original. It's a 1940, like you said, V8 flathead. Everything, the interior and everything's just like we got it. We actually traded for it on what they call a boring bar for engine blocks, and the guy was in his 80s and traded it to us for that boring bar. This is an Allis-Chalmers D21 Series 1 tractor. It's one we traded for. When we traded for it, it was sitting in a hayfield with the radiator off in terrible condition. So everything's been rebuilt, reconditioned, repainted, new tires, and it's kind of a good-looking tractor, good running tractor.
So Jim, you have so much equipment here. Can you tell me what all of this is?
Well, I think we've got about everything covered you'd want. Rotary mowers on this side, tractors on this side that are, some of them run, some of them are 2 for 1, or you make one tractor out of 2. Parts tractors just have a little combination of everything. A lot of the small Ford tractors, and then on this side we have the Allis-Chalmers, some of the used Allis-Chalmers tractors. Well, we got in the museum some good binders, case ice binders and wheat binders and corn binders. A little bit of every kind of tractor, from probably the 20s on up, and some of them have been restored, some of them haven't. Most brands, Minneapolis, Moline, Oliver, Allis-Chalmers, International, Case. And we try to keep a little bit of equipment in there to show the young kids how it used to be farming before no-till and all that. So a little bit of mixture of everything.
You'll be selling a lot of equipment on this auction with Big Iron, and I know that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. You know, how are you feeling about all this? Well,
I think it kind of depends on the day. A lot of it I have become attached to and know the history on it, which will be gone when the equipment's gone. But it's time to downsize and move the equipment. I'm hoping all this stuff goes to people that can use it or rebuild it, and they enjoy it as much as I have. The auction's coming up. We should have around 1,000 pieces, from tractors, combines, down to pallets of parts. I hope our legacy is the equipment business we're in, represent the lines we do now, and grow that business and try to promote it all we can, and promote the history of the equipment. My name is Jim Meinhardt, and I'm very proud of our legacy.